Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Spines and Spirits podcast. We have a little bit different type of an episode this particular day. My name is Adam, and I'm going to be quizzing Gerald tonight.
As the main event, Gerald with a J.
The champ is here. You know, typically...
Boom, 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 boom.
You know, typically we are discussing the name of the wind with you guys, and we're in this like fantastical realm of a talented musician named Quoth, but that's not going to be what we're doing this evening. Tonight, I'm going to give you guys the chance to get to know Gerald just a little bit better.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous, and you should be.
Nervous.
Gerald, let's start off by you telling us, what is your favorite book that you've ever read?
Okay, so ever read, I will have to go with The Lies of Lock Lamora from the Gentleman Bastard series.
The Lies of Lock Lamora, which will eventually be covered on this channel.
And I will be hosting, I will be your guide on that one.
So tell me why.
The different writing style on that one is very captivating on me. So we get to where the author was writing his characters in, and they do similar how, not really too much similar, but there's a different writing style on how we're going over the Name of the Wind, the King Killer Collar Curls series. There's a lot of triumphs and tragedy going on, and I appreciate the different writing styles. It's a little bit darker. Well, no, would you say you read it before? I don't think it'd be darker. It's just an interesting play on words. Normally, when I play like D&D or any RPG, I normally make like a rogue character. So this is right up my alley. The book is basically about a band of thieves. That one of their mottos is richer and cleverer than the rest. That's basically what I can go with.
So what character from The Lies of Lock Lamora do you feel you relate most to? And if you say the Falconer, we're going to have problems.
No, it's not the Falconer. Maybe Locke. Most likely I'll see myself, most likely. Or one of the twins, but I don't see myself.
I was thinking that. I was like, dude, I think we'd be a good Carlo and Galdo.
I was thinking that, but I'm like, I don't really get that big of a thing. I'm like Rick could say I see Locke because, he ends up, doing some things happen. I'm not going to spoil some stuff, though, but things have happened and everything else. But I guess I could be one of the twins.
If you had to pick one book that you've hated, and if you've read it or read most of it, but you would never recommend someone to read it, what would it be?
I can't think of nothing on top of my head right now. Maybe because it's that bad that I don't want to tell people that. I like to listen to books, y'all, by the way. I like to listen to audio books, so that's one of the many things what I do when I'm at work and have time to do stuff, so... Really, the only one I can tell y'all right now will be, and it's going to be unpopular decision because I haven't really given the book a fair share. It just didn't capture me. And it takes, I know sometimes a book takes longer than a few pages, to get worked up. But I would have to say The Blade itself by... Joe
Abercrombie.
Yes. For some reason, I could not get into that, and I tried and kept trying. Maybe I just need to sit down one day and in a corner and just feel like, I'm gonna force myself to get through this book.
Maybe one day we'll cover it on this podcast and we'll be forced to read it.
Oh, yeah, we have to.
I've heard it's so good. I did make it about halfway through that, and I was really interested, but for whatever reason, I did put it down for a while. And whenever I went back to try and continue, I was so lost. I was like, I have to start this over, and I don't feel like doing that.
Yeah, it's something about it. I don't know. I'll have to say, for me, that would be one of the books. Just like we'll say, if you had to go top of the head, and I just had a few moments to think on it. And like I said, I had to go through a catalog of books real quick that I've read and listened to.
So, next question.
Mm-hmm.
Best finished series you read. So, like, The Gentleman Bastards can't be finished because the Thor Novemberlane still hasn't come out.
No, it's not.
The King Killer Chronicles can't be in there.
No, it can't be that either. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It's been a while since I've read it. The trilogy of it. Exceptional
series.
Yes.
I do love that one.
Yes,
let me throw it out there. Science fiction fantasy, best series that's finished.
Actually, you know what? If I had to go with one, I'm gonna give you one. It's only 2 books so far.
We don't do so far. It's got to be done.
I would say it's done. I would say it's finished. I don't see where they could pull something else out. Let's do Ready Player One.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do Ready Player One. If we had to do finish. And I kind of enjoyed it. It was kind of like a childhood thing, which I'm not that old to actually know, to play all that. But, growing up with video games and stuff like that, I would say Ready Player One.
So we're just going to keep firing from the hip here without reloading. You said you grew up playing video games and everything, so I'm going to ask 2 questions. Number 1, best video game of all time. Number 2, best video game series of all time.
It don't count because both of them goes in the same category. I want to say the first game I might have platinum on a PlayStation. Don't quote me on that one. But one I took serious to try to platinum. Let me say that. Best game of all time to me will be Bloodborne.
Oh, I saw that coming. Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be Bloodborne, and then the best series will have to be the Souls, trilogy game. Even I don't know. I can kind of execute it. Demon Souls. I did play it when it first came out.
Best thing about being on a podcast.
Of course, the viewers. We do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Someone to want to share the passions that we deal with. That we have.
So, next to last question.
Okay.
If you could go back to find 10-year-old you, and you could only tell him one thing, what would it be?
Don't rush to be an adult, really, on that point, because I think that's the best thing I can say, because when you were 10-year-old, man, I can't wait to be an adult. I can't wait. And then when you hit that age, you're like, yeah, this is not how people has portrayed it to be. Basically, is what I would say. Just joy being a child, really.
I would probably be like, the winning Powerball numbers on this date are.
That is because of one problems. Everybody would say such things, but are you going to remember that at 10 years old? Then you got to trust somebody to
write it down.
You're going to write it down.
Hey,
you're going to lose it.
The worst thing that's going to happen is you play the numbers and you don't win, which is what happens every time anyway.
You're going to lose it.
Final question for the evening, Gerald. And this should be an easy one. If there was one thing that you could share with the viewers that you think they need to know about you, what would it be?
I have a charming smile. No. I would like to say that they didn't know about me, that I like to try to be truthful as best as I can. Be honest. I'm kind of like, if you ever met me, I end up saying before thinking sometimes. I think y'all might have caught that in some of our episodes.
That's because Gerald used to say things like, if somebody said something that could be misconstrued to a way that would be kind of naughty, Gerald would sit there and go, filter, 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 like he's willing it to work. We appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. I'm so glad you got to know Gerald just a little bit better this evening. If you are not familiar with our podcast, typically we talk about science fiction and fantasy books. We also delve into whiskey and different spirits. Mm-hmm. Gerald, I didn't have any whiskey for tonight, so what are you sipping on?
I am sipping on a beer. I'm sipping on the Hogarden.
Okay, so Gerald was sipping on the Buffalo Trace. It's 90 proof. And that's what we do is we sip on a little bit of some spirits, maybe like he said, a little bit of some beer.
A little bit of beer. Mm-hmm.
And we just try and have a good time. We appreciate you guys tuning in.
Yeah, thank you for getting to know me just a tad bit more. If you got any more questions or requests to know, get us in the comments.
We can do another one of these episodes if you guys want to send us questions. That's fine. We can even round robin. Christy might be back, and we can do it with all three. If you've got a question you want all of us to answer, we hope you'll take the time to look down in the descriptions. Down there is where our socials are and our email. Like Gerald said, shoot us an email if you got questions, if you got criticisms, good or bad. We like comments. We appreciate you taking the time to check out this episode. And please like and subscribe.
Thank you for watching.